Hello everyone. In the previous session we have seen how to represent any arbitrary discrete time signal by its impulses. In this particular session we will discuss about impulse response and convolution sum, which is one of the most important topics of signals and system. So let us understand the concept. Now in the discrete time systems we have discussed that a system is any device which performs an operations on any signal, and a discrete time system is a device which performs operations on discrete time signals based on the predefined criteria to produce a modified output signal. Now the input signal x of n is called the system excitation. And y of n is always called as system output. Or system response. Now the basic block diagram for this input-output relation is like this. If this is my system, this is my input x of n in discrete domain, then output will be y of n in discrete domain, which is t of x of n, generally represented as t of x of n, or you can say transformation of x of n to the y of n. So this is also a signal and this is also a signal, but this is my transformed signal. So this one is called your system response and this is my excitation. Now we have already discussed in the previous class that any arbitrary signal x of n can be represented by its impulses. Now if the input signal x of n is del of n, if x of n is equal to del of n, or we can say unit impulse function, then the output will be h of n, which is actually t of del of n. So this h of n is called as impulse response. So the moment you provide del of n or impulse function as an input, the response will be impulse response, represented with h of n. And we have also discussed in the previous session that any arbitrary sequence x of n can be represented as a weighted sum of discrete impulses, and that input is summation k is equal to minus infinite to infinite x of k del of n minus k. This was we derived in the previous class. Now as we know that y of n is actually t of x of n, so we can write t of summation k is equal to minus infinite to infinite x of k del of n minus k. Now for a linear system, the above equation, this particular equation is reduces to y of n is equal to summation k is equal to minus infinite to infinite x of k t of del of n minus k. Because as per the concept of linearity, output due to weighted sum of input is always equal to weighted sum of output. So we can write for a linear system y of n is equal to summation k is equal to minus infinite to infinite x of k t of del of n minus k. Now in the topic time variant and time invariant system, we also discussed that the response to the shifted impulse sequence can be denoted as h of n comma k. And for a time invariant system, h of n comma k must always be equal to h of n minus k. So h of n comma k is actually t of del of n minus k, which is equal to h of n minus k for a time invariant system. Now substituting this value in place of t of del of n minus k, it will be y of n will be equal to summation k is equal to minus infinite to infinite x of k h of n minus k. provided the system is linear and time invariant. Or we can say LTI system. So in sentence we can say that for a linear and time invariant system, if the input sequence is x of n and the impulse response is h of n, then we can determine the output y of n by using the equation y of n is equal to summation k is equal to minus infinite to infinite x of k h of n minus k, which is known as convolution sum of discrete time sequence, and can be represented as y of n is equal to x of n convolution h of n. So this is the symbol of convolution, and the operation is called as convolution operation. Let us discuss few properties of the convolution. Convolution has three properties. So this is commutative property, associative property, and last one is distributive property. Now commutative property states that if a discrete time sequence x of n is given and the impulse response h of n is given, then x of n convolution h of n will be equal to h of n convolution x of n. This is commutative property. What is associative property? If a discrete time sequence x of n is given and impulse response h1n and h2n are given, then x of n convolution h1n convolution h2n will be equal to x of n convolution in the bracket h1n convolution h2n. Now what is distributive property? If a discrete time sequence x of n is given and the impulse responses h1n and h2n are given, then x of n convolution h1n plus h2n will be equal to x of n convolution h1n plus x of n convolution h2n. So these are the three important properties of convolution. So this is all about first session of convolution. In the next session, we will discuss how to determine the convolution sum using the different methods. Thank you.